you can't erase the journeys made.
Alan, Faye, it's a pleasure to see you again. I wish it was under better circumstances.
Great.
So do we. It's good to see you.
We'll start with the good stuff first. Congratulations on your Australia Day Community Group Award.
Thank you.
What did that recognition mean to you
Oh,
and to the
we
wider
were
community?
honoured. Yeah.
It means a lot. I mean, all the work 14 years we've been over there, all the work we've put in, all the money we've had to raise to do that work because we finance whatever we do. It was nice to get some recognition for efforts done.
And so for 14 years, you've maintained the railway station, you've maintained the railway tracks free of charge. It's been a volunteer effort. Is that correct?
Yeah, that's correct. Yeah, no, we're all volunteers.
All our volunteers.
None of us get paid.
That is amazing.
We don't make that much
And I
money.
mean, we've never had any more than 14 members. We can't get people to join. But we do a lot of work over there. And I mean, Kevin Elliott, who actually received the award for us, he mows. Kevin mows that precinct whenever it needs to be mowed. And he's, yeah.
And what
So
is it about?
recognition to the whole group. It's just not about me and Al, it's the whole group.
What is it about the station and the railway that's captured your hearts and kept you committed longer than a lot of boomer marriages?
Well, I can't really tell you. I mean, we're not railway people. We've never been railway people. It was a mess. It looked a mess. And that's the first view people get of the town as they drive into town. That is the first, can I say, infrastructure that they see. And I mean, if it's a mess, which it was, and the bridge was condemned, or they were going to condemn the footbridge, it doesn't fare well for the town. You know, people look at that and go, do I really want to stop in this town?
The other side to that story is you take the railway away, there's nothing else in town. Everything else is privately owned. You might be able to take photos of it, but that's all. The railway is the only heritage property that you can walk through. So once that's gone, then Bombala will have nothing.
And I mean, Friends of the Bombala Railway Incorporated, they were the ones who were responsible for getting the fuel tanker, the meat wagon. Is it an L truck or a K truck? I never know.
Truck.
An L truck.
Ballast truck.
The ballast truck. I mean, we've had that all bought here. We're doing it up. It takes a lot of time. It takes a lot of money.
It takes a lot of money.
And we're the ones doing it up. I mean, it's now part of the town. It's something somebody sees. We do tours over there. We open the meat wagon up. People can look inside it. We give a talk. We tell people how the railway came about, when it was built, when it was closed. We talk about the white train and all the other aspects of things over the years, you know. And I think it's an important part of the town. We can't afford to lose the past.
I love history, and I see what you're doing as leaving a legacy for future generations. It's like a living memory what you guys are doing. I love it. Let's jump into the heartbreaking part of this talk now, which is yesterday you entered a council meeting expecting cooperation, I believe.
It was a meeting between the three groups who were interested in using the corridor, and council was there.
Okay, who are the three groups?
Monaro Rail Trail, Cooma Monaro Railway, and of course Friends of Bombala Railway. They are the three groups.
And I suppose what's surprising was, I believe the rumors have it that last year a discussion did take place where all three groups did come together with an agreement that every group was, I believe, satisfied with.
Yeah.
But yesterday that consensus or that agreement was torn up.
Yeah.
Well, the first agreement was that all three groups would access the area. We would all use the area for our future purposes, what we want to do. I mean, Monaro Rail Trail want to put in a rail trail for push bikes, that's fine. We want to run pedal carts, that's fine. Eventually, Cooma want to run a train. You know, these are things, that's three groups using the same area, three lots of income.
I love it. I don't see what the problem is with it. What's the matter with it?
November, we met with a mediator and we came to an agreement. All three groups agreed that we would share the corridor. Yesterday, Monaro Rail Trail said no. They want the corridor.
Council
exclusively.
Exclusively.
Council put in 3 options, and the options weren't good options. The option 1 was Monaro Rail Trail would get the whole lot. Option 2 was all 3 would use the railway together, as agreed. And option 3 was everyone walks away from it. They put it to the vote. The 2 railway group voted for the
option
2, and Monaro Rail Trail stood up and said, we'll take option 1. And it just shows how greedy these people can be.
How can the bicycle rail trail people, how can they do that and override the wishes of 2 separate groups?
That I don't know. It's got to go before a council meeting, obviously. And you would think common sense will prevail. If you've got 2 groups that want to do this and 1 group that wants to do that on their own, they're going to ignore that one and go with the 2 groups. We'll see what happens, I guess.
But I believe you already have an inkling of what's already going to happen.
Well, yeah, it's a little bit more than an inkling, but we think it's going to go the other way.
Why? Why would they do that to the community?
I have no idea. I could say something here, but it probably wouldn't be appropriate.
I wish you would, because I believe the community needs to know.
I believe our Snowy Monaro Regional Council are full of the biggest liars and money thieves that you could ever find in the district.
Are you talking about the bureaucrats in the executive, or are you talking about specific councillors?
Council as a whole.
Yeah, you could lump them all in together without any trouble at all. You've only got to sit there, and all the hierarchy were at the meeting yesterday, and just watch them work. It's ridiculous. So
they aren't individuals. They are not individuals. They work as a team.
The councillors and the executive?
Well, you know as well as we do that the Council 6 who rule the place.
The gang.
The gang, yes, the gang.
They were there.
They were there.
They ruled the 6.
And it'll be the gang that'll probably take us out. So.
And I mean, I have put in a complaint to council about one of the councillors yesterday. Every time we tried to speak, he would come in over the top of us. He was rude. He was ignorant. He was arrogant. He shouted. These are not how councillors should behave. And I have put a complaint in to council because I do believe that we were ignored yesterday. Friends of Bombala Railway were ignored yesterday.
It's scary to think that somewhere there'll be a checklist where they said that they've consulted with you.
Yeah.
There is bound to be.
Spoke to them.
Bound to be. Well, we did. Well, we tried.
I mean, the facilitator must have cost a lot of money. She came from Canberra 3 days in a row to facilitate the meeting and to get an outcome, which we got. But just like that, they wiped it. So
that's the part that I find difficult, which was you had already come to this agreement last year. I believe that all 3 groups had come to a firm agreement, and yet all of a sudden it can be overturned.
I would like to have the money to be able to employ a solicitor and take it to court. I can't see how you would lose, but anyway, we just don't have that type of money. So,
what does it say about the region when leaders can say one thing privately and then act totally different later on? Like, how does that make you feel?
It's wrong. I mean, we put the effort in to get up there. It's an hour's up and an hour back. We've done that 6 times now since 21, all the other meetings. And we've put a lot of effort in to be there. It's very sad when they turn around and just get the knife out and say, see ya, we're out of here.
This was my initial thought too last year when the rumors had come out that it had been a successful meeting, but people weren't allowed to talk about it. My immediate thought was, why wouldn't council want to publicize a great meeting where everybody has come together? And my immediate thought was, someone's going to get knifed in this.
Yeah. Well, I agree with you there. We should never have. We're not councillors. We don't have to agree to their code of silence.
Code of conduct.
So, but we did. We told them, they asked if we'd do that, and we said, right, we'll do that. And like you, every day that ticked by, I was thinking, this is wrong. It's not going to end well. So yesterday's meeting, when it ended, didn't surprise me at all. It's what we expected. We expected that meeting yesterday to knife us in the back, and they've pretty much done that.
I appreciate the courage of both of you coming forward, because there's a lot of knifing that goes on in the community, metaphorically speaking. And people just don't want to talk about it. But people need to know that you have this group that run this region that will say one thing to you privately, but then publicly do something entirely different.
Our council doesn't work for the people. Not one little bit anywhere. You could name half a dozen different other problems that have happened in and around Cooma that they've wiped the slate of, and they shouldn't have. No, they are not the best at all.
Well, I suppose we should take a moment to at least try and encourage the councillors that are trying to do the right things. Would you want to promote any councillors that you think are fighting for the community?
Oh, look, you've got Luke Williamson. Luke rang me yesterday to see how we actually went at the council meeting. You've got, who's the others? I can't think of their names. You've got Andrew. Andrew Farley's a member of our group.
Yeah.
You've got Luke Williamson.
I don't pay much attention, to their names. I just sit there and listen to what they've got to say. Who was the lady who was sitting next to me yesterday?
Tricia Hopkins.
Tricia Hopkins. Her and I had a nice talk. Whether she will go away and vote with council on this, I don't know, because I do think she is in the Hannah 6. But her and I had a nice conversation yesterday, and she believed that what we want to do on the line was well worthwhile. But yeah, you say one thing, you do another. So I don't know that you can say that the rail trail is going to bring this money into town. And I'm not saying that we're going to bring millions into the town either. But I mean, everything we raise is spent in the town. And it's spent on the railway. So it's improving a community asset.
And I love what you guys do. It's volunteer. You don't ask any, you don't demand funds from the community. The community willingly donates, which is, I think, the best way to fund a project, because the community is community funded. Now, I believe one of the suggestions put forward was to maintain the railway trail and to install this bicycle trail through the means of another rate increase. Is that correct?
They kept mentioning rate increase.
Yep, they did. Like I said, every sentence ended with, we could put the rates up pretty much. And it was a common phrase throughout the morning. And they have to put them up because they have no money.
But we don't want the rates to be put up. This should not be a residential problem. This should not be a problem on the residents. This should be something that if we use our pedal carts, we would have to spray and maintain the area our pedal carts would be in. We would do that with the money we raise. We have a market stall, one market stall a year. This year, council has given us 2, which is lovely of them. We have a stall at the market day, and we'll have an open day. So they're our 4 main lots of income, and we use that money for the spray and whatever. So I believe that we would not need a rate increase. We might have to have an extra market stall, or we might have to have a fundraiser or something through the year, but we would do that ourselves. We would take that off our own bat in order to do what we need to do without asking the residents to pay more in rates. I'm one of those residents. I don't want to pay more in rates.
And this has been one of the confusing parts for myself, being an outsider looking in. Why would you take away an effective community group such as Friends of Bombala that have been doing this for over a decade for free to put in another group that will want to jack up rates as a result? It just doesn't make any sense.
No, it doesn't, but that's what they want to do. And we all know the rail trail bike people don't do any of the work themselves. They either have it sent out and paid for.
And put contracts out.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
For the last 14 years, they've never been involved in maintaining the railway. They've never been involved in maintaining the station.
no, in the last 14 years, we didn't even know they existed until one day we found out they were going to take our railway out. So
That was in 2021,
yeah.
and that was they didn't even contact us.
Hmm.
Who contacted you?
That was a
Oh,
rumor. We heard a rumor in
yeah,
town.
no.
Someone said, you know, and we thought, well, we best look into this. And then we heard they were talking at a Chamber of Commerce meeting, so we went along. They actually stood up in the meeting. They did not know who we were. They stood up in the meeting and told the chamber that they had contacted all relevant groups. And that's when we stood up and said, no, you haven't, because we're here and you've never spoken to us.
Yeah.
It's lies upon lies.
So,
Yeah. Oh, look, I don't think they even spoke to Kuma, as far as I know. So,
but I just want to put it here that we are not against the rail trail. I'm quite happy to have it beside the railway line. I'm quite happy to help maintain it. When we spray ours, we would just spray their section, sort of thing. We would help them, you know. We would expect them to do something as well. But we're not against the rail trail.
no.
In that corridor, there is no reason why 3 groups cannot function perfectly.
And it's a
And
long...
why they can't work together.
It's a long stretch of rail that can
It
be
is,
shared.
yeah.
It's how long? 60 kilometres, I believe?
64 to Nimity Bell, I think it is.
I
And
thought they
240 something to Queanbeyan, which is what they, over years, they intend their rail trail to be, Bombala to Queanbeyan.
I mean, for us, we're only interested in the line between Kuma and Bombala. That's the line we will use. Kuma will use all of it. We're only using a small part of it. And the rail trail people will use the side of the maintenance road for their rail trail all the way to Kuma. So,
A lot of our supporters have spoken to me privately saying, you guys should just implement your dream straight away, which I believe would be to get those pedal carts put on the line.
We could do that, but that's a lot of expense. I mean, we would have to get grants, which we're not against getting the grants. But why would you go to all that effort, have groups supporting that particular effort, get the pedal cart, put it on the railway line, 3 months later, council says, get off. We've given it to the rail trail. Once it's all organised, why would you?
the other,
Then we have infrastructure that we can no longer use, and we really can't sell to anybody because nobody on the mainland at the moment is actually running them. There are a couple of groups who are attempting to do it. They're still in their final throes of doing that. But I myself, and we have discussed this at the group, we think it's expenditure that would be over the top for something we're not sure is going to go ahead.
the other side to that coin is to operate pedal carts. We require Office of National Rail Safety Regulators to, we have to do what they want.
We have to be accredited.
We have to be accredited for this. We have to be accredited for that. That will all take time. So we just can't buy pedal carts, sit it on the railway line and pedal it up the railway line.
Yeah.
We can't even sit them on the railway line, apparently. So
there's criteria we have to follow.
there is a criteria that we have to meet. And even if they said tomorrow, right, go for it, it's going to be at least a good 3 years, probably before we even get off the ground, before we even see a pedal cart go up the track. So.
But in one sense, I think we brought it up before, why is council involved in this?
I don't know.
Yeah, that's a good question. That's maybe the rail trail thought that they could team up with council. They had a better chance. I don't know. I've always said, why is council mixed up in this? They should not be.
Yeah, that's right.
And
It's
never
not on
needed to
council
be.
land. It's not.
Yep.
That's right. It's
I
not
don't
council
know.
land.
I can't answer that for you, Chris. No idea.
Well, how are they the final arbiter in this decision-making process?
No idea.
Yeah, no idea.
They don't even own the lease on the line, I believe.
There is no lease on
There
the
is
line.
no lease on the line.
Yet they want to claim rights over who can use it right now.
Well, yeah, they've always claimed that right from the day they got involved in it. But yeah, there's no current lease on the line. It'll be a little while, I think, before they actually do it. From what I know, It's not something they're about to rush out and do, but in answer to your question, why? No idea.
Maybe they have friends who ride bikes and don't like trains. Sorry.
Wow.
That's just my thought. We don't all have to like the same thing. I mean, I do not like bikes. I have never ridden a push bike. I have no intentions of ever riding a push bike. But I have no objections to anybody else doing it. I like to ride trains.
That's it. So we like to ride trains.
What can the community do to support you right now? What would you like that if you wanted to send a message to the region on how they could show their support for Friends of Bombala? What could they do?
They could join our group.
we could do with members.
Members would be lovely.
I don't care if you don't come to the working bee, but we could do with numbers on seats at meetings.
I mean, we have one meeting a month.
Yep.
At Cosmo Cafe. It goes for about an hour, hour and a half.
You're not obliged to come to every meeting.
No.
We've recently sent out some letters around town to try and raise awareness, and that is
raise money.
It's going all right so far. We'll be quite happy with the end result, I think.
And I heard that you have an open day coming up. Is that right?
Yes, on the 28th of
February.
And everyone's welcome.
Oh,
everyone's welcome. We'll have
Yep.
the building open. We'll be there to talk to people,
Answer any questions, take any money if you want to donate.
Well, we mentioned that the Historical Engine Society will have their sheds open as well. And I'm waiting to hear from Lavender as to whether they will do a distilling at the railway as well. But we will put notices up around town mid next week to say all that so people will know. We've also sent an email to Cooma and to Crookwell Railway groups to see if they will bring something down to put on show, and they can talk to people too about what's happening in their areas.
Crookwell have a brand new 4-seater pedal cart. The last one they brought down for the last open day was only a 2-seater. They've since got a brand new one, which has 4 seats, and I'm hoping they're going to bring it down for us and set it up behind the railway station, not on the railway track, behind the station.
So we could see the pedal cart.
Maybe in action. I haven't heard from them as yet, but it's possible.
I don't know we'll see it in action, but we will actually see it.
No, you won't see it in action.
You know,
I can promise you that.
How about privately?
But people will be able to see what we're aiming for, what it's about.
The last one we had was jacked up. The front wheels were jacked up. You could sit on it, you could pedal it. But it will be up behind the railway, right away from the railway line.
Yeah.
So the wheels will probably be jacked up again. We're allowed to do that. Sit there and you can just have a bit of a pedal and get the feel of it. And
But that sort of shows people what we're aiming for. So in the last week, we've actually have a web page now, not a Facebook page. Like we've still got our Facebook page, but we also have a web page now that people can look at. And
what's the address?
Bombala Railway.au.
Info at Bombala Railway.
That's for the email.
Oh, right, okay. I get so confused.
Bombala Railway, one word, capital B, all the rest in lowercase, .au.
Yeah.
So finally, despite this setback, what gives you hope to keep going? Like, why haven't you thrown in the towel and given up like so many others have? Why do you keep fighting?
The light at the end of the tunnel started to glow, I guess, a few years ago. And it blinks a lot.
For me,
it comes and goes.
I don't see blinking lights. I get worried about that. But for me, it's community. This town raised my 3 children. My 3 children now are in their mid-40s, which gives you an idea how old I am. But it's to give back. It's to give something back. I mean, my kids are great. I've got beautiful grandchildren, and a lot of that is on the town. So this to me is just doing something for the community that I'm not asking anything in return. Like 30, 40 years ago, they didn't ask me for anything in return for looking after my kids. So that's what it is to me. It's just giving back for what I've already received.
That's beautiful.
We walked over there. The tractor rally was on. It was leaving to go down through Delegate. We thought we'd go over and watch them leave, and we got over there. The bridge had orange tape all over it. The mullein weed was this tall, and we thought, I wonder what people think when they stand up here and look at it all. And lazy buggers, they won't do nothing around here. So we started the group, and we kept at it, and it was always, for me, something to do in retirement, to give me something to do. Well, it's keeping me busy, I'll let you know.
Too busy, but anyway.
Yeah, but anyway, yeah, no, we still enjoy it. Has its days where you bang your head against the wall and think, why do I do it? And yesterday was one of those days, but...
And don't get me wrong, I've had days where I've said to Alan, that's it, I'm walking away. I've done my bit, and nobody cares.
Andrew was doing something for us the other day, and I rang him the next morning. I said, don't bother doing that, Andrew. I quit. I've had enough. I'm sick of it. And he gave me the lecture and coached me through it and told me if you don't keep going, you die when you get old. So we withdrew our leave. We're still here.
Well, thank you for all that you do. I appreciate it. Even though I'm on the other side of the Monaro from you guys.
Oh, well.
I appreciate what you do out here.
But you drive through. You drive through, you see it.
Yes.
You know?
It's the first thing you see when you enter town.
And those cows.
Yes, and the cows.
which are white at the moment, but
give it time.
Keep your eye on that. Keep your eye on that because it will change.
There's a reason they're white, but
yeah.
The rain stopped us from doing any more. But anyway.
But I mean, it's a good talking point too. People come into town and they see these cows. We had Christmas cows; they were red and green, and people talked about it. And I have been stopped in the street and asked, you know, what's coming, what colour's next? Oh, well, you have to wait and see. But it's just a bit of fun. It's a bit of fun to get people talking about the town. You know, this is a brilliant town. I love this town.
We have a few more things to come over there in tin cutout to join the cows. The menagerie will get a bit bigger, and a few things should start appearing around on the railway line. So, you know, it's all fun.
I suppose as we conclude, if we were to summarize what's caused this distress, it would be an agreement had been made. An agreement had already been come to by the three parties.
Yeah.
And then that's just all been torn up and no consideration has been given to you or to the Monaro Railway.
Nothing.
Yeah, nothing. One party's just changed their mind.
No. And now we wait again.
Which we've been doing for 5 years now.
After the facilitator, we thought it was right. You know, we're done, we're finished. We can get on with what we want to do, but no, we're now waiting again to see if we're going to survive.
And I mean, after the facilitator, that's when we went for the web page, which don't come cheap. We went for donation letters to try and raise money. You know, that's what this was about. That was our hope after the facilitator. We moved forward. We started moving up again towards doing bigger and better things over there. But now we're back to square one. Do we bother? So I'm not quite ready to give up yet. So we will continue on for a while and see where this takes us. But yeah, we're
not
some
quite out.
Community support. There's a donation page on our web page. We'll just see where this takes us. We'll another 3 months see where we are.
Alan and Faye, thank you so much for your time.
Oh, you're welcome.
No, thank you. You're welcome. Thank you for your time.
There was a time when the rails ran strong through Bombala's heart, where they belong. Iron and timber, sweat and pride, built by hands that never shied. Now the weeds creep through the ties, and council speaks in hollow lies. They say it's gone, they say move on, but some things ain't meant to be withdrawn. The rails still whisper when the cold wind blows, echo but you can't erase the journeys made. Alan walks where the trains once rolled, hands worn rough, but his grip still holds. Faye keeps watch by the station door, sweeping dust like she's done before. They work these yards with love and care, kept the rails from rust and despair. They don't ask for much, they just want to see a town that remembers its own history. The rails still whisper when the cold wind blows, echoes of engine stories untold. You can pull up the tracks, try to make them fade, but you can't erase the journeys made. One town, one line, 1,000 dreams. They don't see what the railway means. If they tear it down, if they take it away, what will be left to mark yesterday? The rails still whisper when the cold wind blows, echoes of engine stories untold. You can break the steel, turn it into dust, but the heart of this town won't give up on us.